Good day, Bathu family. My name is Andile Masigane. I'm from a company called Smart Hoods, and we are a startup dealing with smart Wi-Fi solutions. I'd like to take a moment of your time to walk you through our service and platform. Typically, establishments have Wi-Fi in their premises, especially brick and mortar stores. So typically, when a customer goes to a store, they come across Wi-Fi networks. So in this instance, we have created a Bathu guest Wi-Fi network. So when a customer comes to your stores, they'll be able to view and see the Bathu guest Wi-Fi connection. So let's say the user connects to the Bathu, open to the Bathu guest Wi-Fi network. Let's just give it a second to load. Once your customer has logged into your Wi-Fi, there will be this splash page displayed in their mobile devices or computer. So they just have to accept the terms and conditions. Then they will be prompted by this question: can we subscribe you to our email newsletter? So the customer has two options: yes or no. So let's click yes for this particular example. Then there's another prompt that will be prompt them. Are you currently experiencing any symptoms associated with COVID-19? So it's basically a digital screening. Yes or no? So we don't have any COVID symptoms right now. So we click no. And it'll just have to wait 5 seconds to be redirected to the login page. Once in this login page, they'll be prompted to log in using email or Facebook. But there's a wide variety of options such as Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and other means to log in. For these purposes, we'll connect using the email. So the guest just has to enter their details. Once they've entered their details, they'll just hit connect. Then it says login successfully, redirecting. Then they'll receive a splash page with the option to like the Facebook page. And then they'll be redirected to your website, creating traffic and bringing traffic to your presence online. Even though they're on your physical store, they'll be pushed to go online to your digital store. So once the logo has authenticated successfully, they'll be given 15 minutes to use the internet, and upon that 15 minutes, they'll be disconnected. They'll be disconnected and can't use login again until the next day. So that is the customer slash guest user experience using your Wi-Fi connectivity. And note, you can customize your sessions, meaning your user can use your Wi-Fi for a certain amount of time, such as minimum of 5 minutes up to hours, and then you can allocate bandwidth to a particular customer. Like an example, one client can use 50 megabytes of your data per day. So let's go to the dashboard, which is the business side of part and where the business will engage with the platform. So this is the platform, the back end, the dashboard, and this is where you'll see what's happening in your physical stores. So this is a demo store, and already you can see some metrics already. So right here, they see that we've got 108 online guests currently at this moment, and we've had a total of 373,501 guests in a period of 7 days. Average usage time is 3 minutes, and total bandwidth used is 2 terabytes. So here you can see the options, which options the client used to log in. So you can see 248 guests use email, Facebook, email, Twitter, Instagram, Messenger, SMS, and the free Wi-Fi option. So that's one of the metrics you can see from the dashboard already. So we can toggle this and view analytics from today, yesterday, last 7 days, 30 days, this month, last month, and you can customize it to a particular day or range. So let's just put this for the last 30 days. As you can see, we've had a total of 11,000 guests. No, not 11,000 guests, 373, 501 guests this month. So we've got a contact page tab. So you can see your contacts. So our Wi-Fi platform automatically builds the contact list automatically and automated. So as you can see, there's guests contact details here. You can find the name, email address, how many times they've visited, what type of device they use, what time do they come, how long did the session last, how many data did they use for upload and download. So you can seamlessly have a list built automatically by our platform. Over here, we've got a reports tab. So on the reports tab, you can see on the reports tab how many total guests we've had for this month, which we have collected email addresses successfully. So we've got 11,710 contacts, guests we've had, and we've managed to collect those details from the contacts using email, Facebook login, and SMS login. This side you can see percentage, how many percent is your guests returning and how many percent is new guests, which is a nice metric to know about your foot traffic in your stores. You can check out the visitor trends and the guest usage stats in terms of new guests, returning guests, and combined. So we've got a demographic tabs, which will break down all those details into demographics. It, it breaks down the email addresses, domains. You can see here 33% is Yahoo domains, 31% is Hotmail. We've got 30% at Gmail and other domains as well. Even the gender, it breaks down 50% are male and 50% are female guests, which is quite interesting. And you can see your guests. You can see how they authenticated using SMS, their email address, their gender, their age, and how many times they've visited your store. So you get all those analytics. So we've got extended analytics, which show guest logins, hours of the day, what time do your guests usually come. So this tab, we've got our automation page. This is where all the magic happens. There's no populations at the moment because we have not have real automations on this demo tab, but we'll get into details on this automation sections. Then you've got your presence. Your presence basically will give you data in terms of presence of your establishment, people who have logged in and not logged in. So here we've got your timeline. In your timeline, you can see specifically who came in where according in ascending order. So Dr. Roman Upston just logged in 1 minute ago. And I've got Priscilla. She also logged in 1 minute ago using social guest profile. You've got Marlon, Diego, and you can just go on and on and on and on. And you can basically get to know more about your guests. So let's go to the automations tab where things happen. So let's create a new automation. Let's say welcome message so we can proceed. With our platforms, we can trigger automations. Let's say, for an example, on that particular person's birthday, we can trigger an automation and send them an email or SMS wishing them a happy birthday. Or you can be creative and send them automations accordingly to your strategy, even drip campaigns. So basically, an example for this first tab is when a user connects. So if a user connects to your Wi-Fi, we can set a trigger, an automation that will send a welcome message, for example. It will send them a welcome message via email or SMS, and you can choose what kind of message you send them. It could be either COVID related, just a welcome message, any other message. It's just up to you how you can design that message. We've got a disconnect tab. So this disconnect means when a user has disconnected, let's say for a certain amount of time, we can set a user in real time. If the user disconnects from our Wi-Fi, you can send a automated trigger to send them an email in real time or in a delay. So in delay meaning, let's say we set a delay of 5 hours. So 5 hours after the guest has disconnected from your Wi-Fi, it will send a trigger message to them, all automated without even clicking anything. You just set them up in the beginning, then it does the automation to every guest automatically. We've got the inactive tab. So inactive tab meaning if a guest has come and they have been inactive in your Wi-Fi, meaning they haven't used your Wi-Fi for particular days. Let's say, example, 3 days, 3 months, or even a year. You can set an automatic automation trigger for the certain amount of time. When it comes, let's say 30 days, after 30 days, it will send an automation with a message of your liking. For an example, hey, we miss you. Something like that, very creative. So automations are great and it happens automatically. You just set them once and the automations will run with every guest that will use your Wi-Fi. So that is our platform and our service in a nutshell.